Whatever it's called, where you're just like,
Looks like pig's blood.
yeah, you're just like pretending to. Oh, hey.
What? You're Truman.
Yeah,
Hi,
I'm picking
nice
up
to meet you.
mutants.
Man, you are dressed nice.
Yeah.
You get to, oh, gee, I know. It's all right. It's a little.
Nice to meet you, Ed.
Gloves. Hey, great meeting you.
Thanks for meeting us.
Now, you guys are from
Salt Lake City.
Salt Lake City.
Like
I love that
8-hour
place.
drive.
Now, you know, you've got a couple of really good haunted houses there. I don't know if you do that.
Ours started in probably 2003.
Our
with
home
our
haunt.
home haunt.
Okay.
My oldest son really just wanted to have a haunted walkthrough, a spook
Right.
alley. And that's where it started. When we moved, he was like, where is it going to be? And then he went on a mission and kind of grew out of it. And he came up right behind. And
I'm the youngest, and then the haunted
Yeah,
house
they're
got
10
really
years
big.
And the new house we're in accommodates for a much bigger home hunt.
So when we were
he took it
designing
over
the
and just
house-
like upped it 5 levels. So
Oh, wait. So when
we have an
designed the house,
elevator and everything. So
we made sure to design a spot for the home haunt. So it actually comes into our vestibule, down the elevator, winds through the basement, up, winds
Oh,
through this
man.
big garage.
through a
and
gigantic
out.
garage.
Oh, my
So
God.
it's like
And so it doesn't even go through our house.
yeah.
It's like, it looks
So
like a fire
before
station.
you ever become a pro hunter, if you do, you'll be totally experienced.
Yeah.
He's planning to be a pro.
Wow.
Yeah. He
Well,
wants
it sounds
to
like you already are.
he wants to move out to Illinois with his YouTube famous guy
nice.
friend
You
that
know Dick
does.
Thunder?
Oh, very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been out here a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, he's got the YouTube thing down.
But he's got some pretty big plans. And I think he and Rick Thunder have what it takes to
That's,
make it pretty sweet.
well, you know, if you find the right people, because you can't do anything grand without team.
Yeah.
If you get that team together, I mean, there should be somebody that takes over the actors, somebody takes over the makeup, somebody takes over construction, and that are all have their heads screwed on right and really good at what they do. And with all of you, you can make something unbelievable. People come to us asking for advice how to get the business all the time, and I say the same thing, that basically marketing through the internet,
Marketing is huge.
it's more important than your event. And people don't like to hear that. It's more important than your talent,
Yeah.
It's understandable.
because there's plenty of people that are not so good making a fortune
Yeah. Yep.
because they know how to use social media. So,
Your product's still very important because
no, it is.
you'll die in the long run.
Yeah.
But in the short term, the marketing is just as important.
I agree almost completely.
Yeah.
And here's what I would challenge that. We did a haunted house called the Trilogy of Terror in Greeley.
Okay.
It had 3 haunted houses. It had one with an 8-foot Tesla coil and 2 electric chairs, and I don't know, maybe we had the Queen in there, I can't remember, but it was over the top. Then we had
Pitch black.
Pitch Black, but there was the one
It was a
before it.
Playland.
It was like I can't remember it, but it was basically you got in bed, which was hard to get people to do. I hadn't thought about that, but Grandma's by the side of the bed. She's going to read your story, and they get in the bed, and then these demons come up from behind and push the bed through this light tunnel into storybook land.
So cool.
And so it's all these storybook characters with axes and things. And then we did Pitch Black. In Pitch Black, this was the old Ward's building when they were going out of business. You guys probably don't know Warrens, but anyway, us guys know Warrens. But anyway, so they had a back area that was huge, and so we just put in a sound system with loud industrial music and fog, or a hazer actually, filled it with haze, gave everybody a gutless flashlight. I mean, it was like, it was a flashlight bulb made
barely
for
worked.
8 batteries, and there's only 2, so you can just kind of see. And so each group would get one of those, and we'd send them in, and there were zombies in there, and it was pitch black. That's where the name came from. And so they're like, it's like car headlights. At night you can see them, but they can't see you. So the zombies would come up and get right there, and so that cost nothing compared to the other two. I mean, nothing. It
Super
was
actor
laser.
heavy though. hard to get actors.
There was probably a half the, no, nowadays it is hard to get. There's probably 6 or 8 actors, fog machine, and a sound system, and a light switch to turn the lights out, and that.
But it was so
the
memorable.
most popular.
Yeah.
And we sold separate tickets, and that's the only one people would go back again and again. Cost almost nothing. So it's an experience. So that's all stuff. You know, if you guys ever want to talk about, not that I'm an expert with haunted houses, but we've been around it enough to know a few things and save you money. What's that?
You can kind of do a lot with a little.
Yes, you
It depends
can.
on how clever you are
You
with
can
it.
go to the dumpster and put together a house. I mean, literally, it's junk you get out of the dumpster. Old barrels and things. That's how we did Brutal Planet. We just got a bunch of junk and painted it all open gray. And it looked like apocalyptic. I mean, we had walls and things, but it just looked like an apocalyptic scene. We bought old cars, tires. Yeah, it was funny how good it looked, and it was really all junk.
That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Literally junk. But anyway, I salute you. There's money in it. The business is good, and it allows you to be into monsters and not be in Hollywood.
Yeah, it seems like haunted houses are finding more and more excuses to open off season.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
I'm really excited for.
No.
Yeah,
It's
it's happening all the
yes.
time now.
It's just
Yeah.
an actively growing thing right now.
It's not too heavy, but
Oh, there's a button on this stick.
now one thing about our stuff is it can be heavy, but that's the only way we know to make price. So you pay a little bit of a price.
Yeah, but you keep it forever.
Gate.
Those? I think they're all hands for. There might be gloves or hands for actual props.
Oh, great. Okay.
Capture this. Then back up over here. That's pretty cool. This is
This one right here.
Yeah, we saw you. Huh? Wire test?
And can we plug it in and see how it works? Let's plug it in and see how it works.
okay. Wait, did he drink it?
Yeah.
Sweet.
What the heck? He's got like a troll face grin. He's a little bit tall for that.
He's got a bullet wound.
It's freaky.
Yeah, this is a problem. I don't know. It just all came together.
Yeah. Nice work. Beautiful.
Well, so now, Lucas, what do you want to accomplish here? What would you like to do? Dang, you're tall. How old are you?
I am 18.
He'll be 19 this month.
I hate it when I have to look up
Yeah,
and
that's
go,
a-
it's your fault.
Yeah.
I have to look up and say, you just have to look up. Cool. So what do you want to accomplish film-wise and stuff? What's your
So I usually make, okay, this is very weird, but I make comedy skits
With tons of advanced technology and human-tested features.
with Halloween props usually for my YouTube channel. It's a very different like take, but it's very, very fun to do.
Oh, good. So,
There's a combination of airbrush and all different methods of painting. I would imagine, right?
it's, let's see now. There's some paintbrush,
Right.
mostly airbrush in the mouth. This is quartz sprayer, and then quartz sprayer that sprays on it and it's rubbed out, so your sponges. It's
Yeah, a lot of
many different
many
things.
different techniques.
Have you gotten acquainted with this guy? Have you been introduced?
Yeah, I think yeah.
Has he got a name, an adopted name?
Not an adopted name yet.
Oh, well, figure that out.
I'll probably give him something silly.
Silly, Spin Spencer or something.
Like Tom or
Well, I want to see him go. You may have
No,
seen him.
it's
Yeah, I
Spencer.
want to see him. But I want you standing right here. Oh,
But it's good.
That's great. Yeah. Thanks for catching.
all right. Well, what do you think? This is his way of saying hello.
It's hard to stay close to it.
Hold on a second. He
Yeah, I know.
normally
Oh.
doesn't drink before lunch.
Right.
Do you guys usually start with the welding or do you?
Giant wizard head. What the heck?
Do you want her to tell you about the?
Since the one at Transworld didn't have me.
The height is simplicity. Everything's out in the open. If you ever get
Yeah, that's what's nice.
Okay, so now he's gonna have water.
So easy to work on.
Before he was just blowing air at us really, really aggressively.
Yeah, that's what's nice. Is it's so easy to work on.
basically very, very simple. The technology is in that boobas.
Right.
And so,
That's the programming, right? Yeah. That's awesome.
all right, let's try that one.
He's gonna spray on you.
It's just like being baptized. He likes you.
The second to last one was personally turned towards you and sprayed
Yeah,
at.
yeah. Well, I did that on purpose, you know, because there's always people off the side. So right here, you guys. One for you, and right there.
Awesome.
Like I didn't forget about that one.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just spreading the love around. But yeah, this guy just came together.
One of those props that just works.
We're gonna be driving a long way, and that road going through the mountains is pretty bad. Like they're fixing it, but they have tons of construction going on trying to make it better. But it's pretty bumpy, so I'm trying to stay on the smoothest lanes. Do you recommend anything in
do that. Face that again.
Are you sitting? Are you laying him down?
Put your hand in his
Laying
mouth.
down,
Yeah, that's-
full size truck. Yeah.
Yeah, I would lay him down on his side.
Thumbnail right
Yeah.
there.
There's a possibility.
He's so cool.
I know.
I can't wait to use this.
Back in. If there's any problems, just. Yeah, but it is very well done.
Yeah.
These are professionals.
It's made to rock.
Part of this is actually welded with the laser.
Dearly beloved.
Hold on, I got one more thing. If I
Dearly dead.
Dearly dead.
Hello. He's bald. He's balding.
All right, we got our priest.
It's too good.
That's good.
Where's the big gun, man? We have a shotgun ready.
It was up there.
Mike could wield the shotgun.
Big.
Yeah.
All right, you know there's going to be some vows exchanged.
Here you go. Oh, you got it.
What do we got, Mike? No, this is perfect. Look at that. That's a monster ring if I ever saw one.
That's awesome.
Mike, you know, it might be maybe a pinky ring. Well, we don't know. But
Maybe a 6-finger ring.
six finger, I love it. You know, it's my favorite monster.
Well, it's a little.
Like,
You're terrifying, and I'm afraid to be in the same room with you.
No, no, he loves you. Those are your vows? Well, you know, you promise to love
I promise
and
to
cherish,
Keep him in a garage for most of his
take
days.
care of him, keep him out of the sun as much as possible. That's good. All right,
He's kind of all set.
I now pronounce you man and monster.
Man and monster.
You may kiss the... That's some nasty stuff. Anyway, congratulations. Thank you for buying this monster. You will like this monster. You will love this
I
monster.
already love him.
And he'll be a part of your whatever. Wherever you go, whatever you do, we'll go with you and terrorize your customers.
He's gonna want it at Christmas parties and everything.
Yes.
Really off.
I got a gift for you.
He's gonna bring it with him to college.
His little ring. He's gonna keep his little ring there.
oh, there you go.
It will get lots of publicity.
Monster. Oh, scary. Spooky.
Oh my god.
He loves that
Oh,
kind
it's
of
the
thing.
Christmas hat.
Yes.
Yep, you just put a
It's
Christmas hat on a zombie.
it's suddenly super festive.
There, he's
That's perfect. That's perfect. That's the kind of thing he likes to do.
Fun with them, you
Yeah, if
guys.
I saw him for the first time with the Christmas hat on, I wouldn't even know if he was a monster or not.
He's so beautiful.
Yeah,
Right?
he's gorgeous.
You know, it is funny.
Getting it all ready.
He's beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, he's designed
He's
to be
beautiful
ugly,
in the scary
but
way.
he's so
No, it's just so
Yeah,
well
perfect.
done. He's perfect, right? Right. Yep.
he didn't slip you the tongue when you kissed him. Get that
Good to know. I'll keep that.
France. Yeah. All right. So
He's got the
there's
comb
your
over.
free hat
Yeah.
for Christmas.
That's awesome. Okay, we load this thing up.
Yay! All right, here we go, Mike.
Mike, and you're in charge of all the electronics over there.
Yeah.
So, and there's quite a bit of programming that goes into it, right?
Yeah, the programming is actually the small part of it. It's all of the wiring and getting it all ready to program.
So basically, your programming entails when when the water goes off and which direction it turns.
Which valve, the programming has your sound on it.
So they go with the sound.
Yes.
And the water too included with that. So you've got the water, the the fog machine, the sound,
left,
the movement,
Shoulders.
and the shoulder movement in there too. That goes with that. All right, let's wrap it up.
So to wrap them up, I didn't think that we'd be wrapping them up. That's safe. It's a bumpy road and an 8-hour drive. Big wizard head.
Thank you. Enjoy your monster.
I will.
Oh yeah.
Guys,
Thank you.
thanks. That's a fun trip.
Yeah.
What is that, 7 hours?
About 9.
8 hours?
Yeah.
All right.
But we're gonna make.
That he's got ahead of him.
Yeah, but life's exciting.
Dragon heads. The weird dog.
Yeah, he was a little bit worried about. Did they get an accident? Yeah.
That's really interesting. What? Oh, there goes Mutant. Big black box.
His face.
Oh. It's a big wolf creature.
Ready? Yeah.
On the phone is not like say.
Okay.
We'll be able to close it just fine.
I think we might be good. Thanks, guys.
He is ready to go.
He's
Oh my
packaged.
gosh, it's
He's
the guy-
packaged.
it's the guy from
He's
Security
packaged.
Clown.
He's packaged. He's packaged.
Exactly right. And you have to see Tom's lizard.
His lizard is this?
It's Tom Cassidy, our sculptor. He sculpted something out of clay.
Oh, it's an elevator for moving it.
Yeah. It works like twice a day.
Um,
Duty calls. Duty calls the fart man, that guy. Here's our little T-Rex. He's our new
a new
monster
little
baby.
guy.
Our new monster baby.
So you mold them in 2 different pieces. Yeah, that's top half and bottom. Oh, is that Mutant's feet? There it is.
We gotta
It's Mutant's
find
feet.
his pulp.
Here, I'm gonna take a photo.
Yeah, very cool.
So, but this isn't the first step that you do it in. You do the metal framing first, and then you do the mold.
Try to do them both at the same time.
At the same time, yeah.
Right?
yeah.
And then you put them
Yeah.
together.
And
When-
sometimes Mike needs the mold up there to fit it inside.
Oh, okay,
So,
that
yeah.
makes sense to get the framing just right.
Yeah, just right.
And then once you've got one built, then you can just sit and
Then you have a
replicate,
pattern, yeah.
and
Yeah,
you've got a
yeah.
pattern.
Totally.
So it all just starts off with you drawing a picture of what you want to do, and then you think, okay, well, we need to get the mold for that. We're going to need a frame about here. So you do the mold first, then you do the frame.
Yeah.
And then
they
you
fill
do-
it full of, so they put a latex, they pour latex in, we'll show you next door. But they pour latex in, let it sit for a while, then get it out, then let it dry. Then they put the armatures inside, and then the foam and
Armatures, that's the steel part.
that's the steel part.
Okay.
That's it, the animations that move. That's what this
It's really neat.
is. I know some people I just like, yeah, there's some old rooms, it's possible. But collectors, guys that really
Are into it. They
interested.
love
Yeah,
it.
it's so cool.
This is fascinating. So these are all the molds for a lot of your stuff that you do.
It is.
How long do you keep each one in production? Do you keep one for like 3 years, or does it depend on how you're selling them?
It depends how you sell them, because you can pull it out so many times, and then it starts to get little blowouts,
Oh, the
and
mold
then
starts to
yeah, it starts to
deteriorate.
wear. Yeah, maybe 50 times, maybe. But the smaller guys.
Well, will you just make a new mold if they're selling really well?
Yeah. So after the first pull out of the new mold, is called a masterpiece. So,
Oh.
and then it's with heavier latex. So he's
Details.
so we can make him. So say our mold broke, so we just make another mold out of the
Oh,
masterpiece.
off of the
Yeah,
masterpiece.
yeah. So the Frightronics line, we started making, because they sold out like hotcakes. So this is actually the masterpiece for the zombie photo wall. It has
Oh, that
it
is
has a
really
masterpiece.
cool.
Yeah, we have one wrapped up shipping a day.
Saw it?
Yeah. We have like 4 more. I only know that because I have to dress them.
Oh, you have to dress
I
them?
still dress them after the Making Monsters ordeal. Yeah. We learned how to dress them.
And so they come out and they're kind of thin so that they're totally movable and
Yeah.
you can mold however you want. Just like masks. Just like masks.
I'm guessing these guys are
Flip wigs.
John or something.
You hang them up there to dry,
Yeah, to cure.
to cure. Ooh, look at this room.
Oh yeah, this is fine.
Oh, so this is the pouring room.
Yes.
I'm assuming this is strong snow.
I know, right?
You go ahead. A lot better light in here.
Bigger than I imagined.
This is way bigger than it looks like on the outside. You'd never know this is all going on.
Yeah, yeah. People buy it. Let's go. Here's where you.
Okay, so this one's wet.
Yeah.
That one's wet. One that they're just doing right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
don't get- Every time you go down here, it's like,
Don't touch anything.
There's the forklift.
So like all the hands, because the little guys don't have hands. Here's all the armatures. These are the pumpkin armatures that go inside.
Oh,
So then you can put the light there.
Oh.
Head mold that was in the.
Wow, look
Just
at that one.
Colossus or Sleeping Giant.
So you have more molds over here
And the
too.
feet.
These are like the working molds.
These are the ones you were working on right now.
And then the queen alien, she lives back there.
Oh, the queen alien lives back there in the box.
Oh, these are the things.
This is their armatures.
Oh.
So that's the spitting.
I like that it's
mechanism.
not just for one chain, it's got like
Yeah.
sections.
Oh, this
Yeah.
is mutant?
So
Yeah,
it's
these are the
one chain.
mutant and stuff.
Oh, cool.
And it's
We
just-
actually get them from another company,
Oh.
local. That, yeah, it's like we have way too much work for our shop, so we shop some stuff out. And yeah, they've been amazingly well.
Oh, nice.
I just grabbed it.
I pre-built with that. Look at this. So this building, this basement goes underneath 2 large buildings that don't even appear to be connected on the outside. It's like a tunnel. And these guys are up here just getting paint dust on.
There's so many of them. They've used them over the years because we moved in here in 2010, and over the years they used some.
Where were you guys before 2010?
We were out on First Avenue and 30th Street.
But still here in or near
in
Denver.
Greeley. Yeah, still in Greeley, definitely. And this is trimming.
Ah, okay, this is the trimming
Like,
department.
This is 2-part, so it's a 2-part mold. So they cut it, patch it up, and put more latex on. So when it's painted, it'll look like a solid piece. So
Nice.
that's
Really cool. There's our zombie picture thing.
good.
Oh,
And this
sorry
is
guys.
chains. Pumpkin stalkers. See, they're flat backed. They're flat backed, so
Ah, okay.
it's easier to trim
Okay.
when you
And
patch and put them together.
you're usually putting them up against something anyway,
Yeah,
so it
exactly.
saves time, money,
Yeah, a lot. Yeah.
a lot to do all of
The
that.
skulls,
So basically they just come in and they cut down all this kind of stuff.
and these are like
Anakin.
we
check
did
it out, alien.
Yo,
It's like an alien mask, I think.
that's cool.
Yeah, there's
Oh, there's a tiny model of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's a tiny. So you know at Corn Bellies,
Corn
there's a
Bellies.
giant inflatable beast that you walk through. That's the smaller model of it. Where you like go through.
That's cool.
So how many employees did you say you have to run this?
How many employees do we have, Lorena?
How many what?
Employees.
Right now?
I know.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10 employees.
I think so, yeah. Yeah. 11, counting Micah. Micah just started today, maybe.
Why not count
Did you count Micah? Oh, right on.
That's what I was
it? Oh, I forgot to count it.
Still just did it?
So 2 separate buildings. This was built in the 1900s and this was 1940s, but they're connected by tunnels underneath. Not even by tunnels, it's just a full basement underneath.
Have been sold.
Huh?
How many mutants have been sold?
I think 51.
51. That's right.
Okay, so after the trimming process, we go through and then the armatures are already put in there.
They're the
And then they go to paint.
Yeah.
And that's where you put on the hair and that kind of stuff, or fur.
Hair, finish, all the finished work is in there. And then they come over here for boxing.
And they come over here for shipping. Well, I'm gonna go take a quick video of the paint and the hair and stuff. Show us where the painting stuff is and how they put that hair on. And then very last, you put on all the electronics and the programming, and
Yeah.
And that's what Mike
Stuff is
does.
us, Yeah. Yeah. Another one of his jobs.
he has a lot of different jobs there, huh?
We all have different hats. Well, it used to be when, in normal times, we could handle it, you know. I used to do office shipping and trimming, so it was like, we could do all that,
But now you guys have gotten, is it because you've grown so big?
since 2020.
Since 2020.
April 2020.
Okay, so your company actually got bigger after COVID.
Oh, heck yeah.
I wonder.
Thank goodness for all our retail home hunters. It kept us alive. Because
Oh,
no haunted houses were open.
so it was really the
We
home
got
haunts.
the new website up.
Oh, so that helps make
The new
home
website.
haunts more popular.
Oh my gosh.
Because they're like,
And
we're
they
stuck
saved
home,
it. Yeah.
we can't go to these, let's make a run.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they saved us.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Because we had so many orders. It was just like, woohoo! Yay!
Yeah, and you were still able to produce because almost all your stuff is just done in-house. So your big chemical costs, you have the chemical costs of getting the latex and the foam and the
Shipping
paint.
was difficult.
Shipping was harder.
Shipping was difficult. It's
Do you
still
do most just
coming back
within the
around.
48 or do you ship overseas quite a bit?
Well, lately, now we've opened up globally a lot.
Oh,
A lot. We have a distributor in London, or no, I'm not sure where she's at. UK.
okay.
But she's our distributor over there.
Oh, wow.
Which is cool. She's been with us like 3 years, and so that's good for us. And then, we got stuff going everywhere.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's
Used to
really
be like
great.
Somebody order a mask and ship it overseas, but now we got ocean containers, plates.
Really, a whole container.
Yeah. So shipping is really.
So you've got some cool beef.
Most of the time here, if you had to choose it,
Oh yeah.
like, yeah, okay. So he enjoys the paint on that.
So it's a lot of airbrushing and painting. And Janina was telling us that it's a 5-minute epoxy that they use to make the eyeballs shiny.
Come out. It's like, okay, there's one thing here, there's one thing there, so we catch them at
You
the
catch
end.
them on it?
Yeah.
And then how did you say that they attach it?
So they take, so they cut it in a little bit, then they put some silicone there, and then they paint it into the silicone.
Oh,
Actually use a
okay.
Oh, so you paint on top
paint
of it.
stick.
Oh,
Yeah.
you use a paint stick to
You
do
just kind
it.
of smear it into the silicone,
Yeah.
so it sticks on the top.
And you do paint the animal underneath.
Yeah.
And so that way, no matter where you lift up, you see him real. And so he's going to move and growl, and he's going to Saudi Arabia, along with the head and the dragon,
Do
right?
you believe in Halloween in Saudi Arabia?
I know, right? I do now.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, everybody's Halloween is like amping up because they're like, we want stuff from the States because the States rock at Halloween.
Well, you know,
we don't
I'm
know.
actually,
On Halloween.
I'm a fan of Halloween because it's the only it's the only holiday that really brings a community together.
It's true.
It's the only time that you get out and you get to meet your neighbors. And it's very low requirement. You're not expected to create magic other than witches and zombies.
Exactly.
But and it's not as expensive for most. It's expensive for people like Truman.
For some decorators.
Yeah.
Some people like to see Christmas as like a family holiday, and then Halloween is a community holiday.
Yeah, everybody works together. Everybody gets to dress up and be something fun, and you get to eat candy.
It's my favorite.
It's a great holiday.
Yes, yes.
Well, great. And then after this, they go to the electronics and they end up putting everything together because the armatures are already built into it. You end up doing the electronics and the programming. That's when we put the amps on, the fog machines, the and the lighting and the speaker. Yeah, all that stuff. And then you ship it up and it's ready.
Yep.
That sure is cool. It's Janine, right?
Yeah, it is.
Janine, thank you so much for spending so much time with us.
It was great to meet you guys.
Yes.
Oh no, you know.
Well, you got to know the alien stuff.
That was like
We can tip it later.